Hello everyone, welcome to course study on solid mechanics. In today's lecture, we are going to solve the numerical which are based on overhanging beam. Remember that it's a new concept of overhanging beam. So before proceeding for actual numerical, we will discuss what is overhanging beam. It is a beam which is not supported at the ends, but there may be the intermediate support and part of the beam is extended beyond that particular support. So it is known as overhanging beam. So from this figure also you can see that this particular beam is not supported at A and D. Instead of that, it is supported at A and C, and there is a extended part of beams beyond point C, means it's a overhanging part. Therefore it comes under the overhanging beam. It is already discussed in the previous video lectures also. So we will solve the numerical based on it. The statement is as follows: a overhanging beam 10 meter span subjected to UDL 10 kilonewton per meter over a span of 4 meter from support A. It also carries a point load of 20 kilonewton at point D. Draw SFD and BMD. Now, as per the statement given, we have a overhanging beam 10 meter span. So, the span of overhanging beam is 10 meter, 4 plus 4 plus 2. It is subjected to UDL 10 kilonewton per meter over the span of 4 meter. Therefore, this is the UDL intensity of 10 kilonewton per meter over the span of AB, which is 4 meter. It also carries a point load of 20 kilonewton at point D. At point D means at the end it is subjected to a point load of 20 kilonewton, which is acting in downward direction. From that condition, we have to draw the SFD and BMD. So our first step is to apply the equilibrium equation to find out the reaction. So the first equilibrium equation is summation of f of x equal to 0. But remember that there is only one reaction at support A, that is AX, which is acting along horizontal direction. Therefore, Ax is equal to 0, or we can say it as summation of f of x equal to 0, because no horizontal force is acting over the entire system. Only the reaction at support A is acting along horizontal direction. Therefore, I have considered summation of f of x equal to 0. Next equilibrium equation is summation of f of y is equal to 0. Therefore, Ay, that is the reaction at A, which is acting in upward direction, minus 10 into 4, because a UDL has to convert into point load. So intensity of UDL into length is 4, minus 20, because at point D this 20 kilonewton is acting in downward direction, therefore negative, plus Cy, that is at point C, this is acting in upward direction, therefore positive. So we have summation of f of y equal to 0, and after solving this equation I have Ay plus Cy, which is equal to 60. This is the equation number 1. Now we have third equilibrium equation, moment about point A equal to 0. Therefore, this 10 into 4, it's a UDL has to convert into a point load, and that point load will act at a distance of half of the span, that is 4 by 2 is 2 meter. Therefore 10 into 4 will be the load, and it will act at the half of the span, that is 2 meter, plus 20 into 10, again it is acting in clockwise direction, therefore 20 into 10, and this UDL is also acting in clockwise direction about point A, therefore it is positive. This 20 into 10 is also positive, minus Cy into 8. This C is acting in, Cy is acting in upward anti-clockwise direction about point A, therefore minus sign, and the perpendicular distance is 8. Therefore we have this equation for the summation of moment of A equal to 0, and after solving this equation Cy equal to 35 kilonewton. So this is the reaction at support C. After putting Cy into equation 1, we have Ay is equal to 25 kilonewton. So reaction at A is Ay, and that is 25 kilonewton. So this is the first step to find out the reaction by using equilibrium equation. Now second step is shear force calculation. So shear force at left of A, as usual, it is 0 kilonewton. Shear force at right of A is reaction at A, which is acting in upward direction, and that reaction is 25 kilonewton. Shear force at B, because at B it's a major point, therefore we have 25 minus 10 into 4, means UDEL has to convert into point load, and after converting into point load it will become minus 10 into 4, that is minus 40. So 25 minus 40, it will minus 15 kilonewton. Now shear force at left of C is equal to minus 15 kilonewton, because no force is acting between B to C, so the value of shear force will be constant. Shear force at right of C will be minus 15 plus reaction at C is 35, which is acting in upward direction, therefore minus 15 plus 35 is the reaction at C, therefore we have shear force at right of C equal to 20 kilonewton. Similarly, shear force at left of D is equal to 20 kilonewton, because no load is acting between C to D, so the value of shear force will remain constant, and as usual again shear force right of D will be 0. At the end shear force is always 0. Now we are going to draw the shear force diagram from the value of shear force calculation. Therefore again this is the 0 line, this horizontal line is the 0 line. So shear force at left of A is 0, so it will start from the 0 line. On the same point we have shear force at right of A 25 kilonewton, so positive, so it will go up. From A to B a UDL is acting, therefore we will join it by an inclined line up to point B. So this is an inclined line from A to B, and at B we have value of minus 15 kilonewton. So shear force diagram crosses from positive to negative. Again from B to C no load is acting, so the value of shear force will remain constant. This horizontal line, it indicates the constant value. Shear force right of C will be 20 kilonewton. So from minus 15 kilonewton it will go to 15 kilonewton. So 20 kilonewton, minus 15 kilonewton to 20 kilonewton. Therefore 20 kilonewton is positive, so it will be above the 0 line. Therefore this is 20 kilonewton. Again from C to D no load is acting over there, therefore it will remain constant, and at the end again it is 0. So in this manner we have drawn the shear force diagram for a overhanging beam. Remember that for when a beam is subjected to UDL, between those points we have to join it by a inclined straight line. Now if you observe the shear force diagram, we have a triangular portion in between A to B. So this is the triangular portion, and at point P we have shear force equal to 0. So we have to find out that distance where shear force is 0. Now suppose that distance is x where shear force is 0. By using similarity of triangle we have x upon 25, which is equal to 4 minus x upon 15. On solving this equation we have x is equal to 2.5 meter. That is, the shear force is 0 at a distance of 2.5 meter from support A. Now as shear force is 0 at point P, so we will have maximum bending moment at point P. Our next step is bending moment calculation. Again bending moment at end, that is at A and D, is equal to 0. Bending moment at B, that is, this is the major point. At this point bending moment we have to calculate. So 25 kilonewton is the reaction and the perpendicular distance is 4, will produce the sagging bending moment, therefore will be positive. minus 10 into 4 will be the UDL converted into point load, and it will act at a distance of 2 meter, means half of the span, and it will produce the hugging bending moment, therefore will be negative. So on solving this equation, we have bending moment at B is equal to 20 kilonewton meter. In the same manner, we are going to calculate bending moment at point P equal to 0, because at that point shear force is 0, so we will get the maximum bending moment at point P. So that distance is 2.5 meter from support A. So at a distance of 2.5 meter, we are going to find out the value of bending moment. So this 25 kilonewton into perpendicular distance is 2.5 minus 10 into 2.5, because UDL will act over the span of 2.5 meter only. Therefore minus 10 into 2.5 will be the load, and that load will act at a distance of 1.25, because it is half of the 2.5. So we have moment at P equal to 31.25 kilonewton meter, and it is maximum because at that point P shear force is 0. Now we have moment at C is equal to 0, therefore this minus 20 into 2, because you can solve moment at C from support A also or from support D also, but from support D it is easy to solve. Therefore from support D at a distance of C we have minus 20 into 2, and it is equal to minus 40 kilonewton meter. Now this minus sign, it is because of from point C we have considered a right hand side, and for the right hand side it will produce the hugging bending moment, and for the hugging bending moment it will be negative sign. Therefore minus 20 into 2 is nothing but minus 40 kilonewton meter. You can solve it from support A also, you will get the same answer. But remember that if you consider the left hand side, then for the left hand side, for the sagging bending moment we have positive sign. For the left hand side, for the hugging bending moment we have negative sign, and it is converse when we will consider the right hand side. Now if you observe the diagram, bending moment diagram carefully, again we have bending moment equal to 0 at point N, and where bending moment is 0, that point is known as point of contraflexure. So at point N, from this bending moment diagram, at point N we have bending moment equal to 0, so that point is known as point of contraflexure, and that point of contraflexure we are going to find out. That distance we have to find out. Suppose that distance is A from support C. From support C, the point N is located at a distance of A. Therefore we have, by similarity of triangle, A upon 40, that is this A upon 40 is this one, which is equal to 4 minus A upon 20, because this is 4, remaining distance is 4 minus A upon 20. On solving this equation, I have A is equal to 2.66 meter. Therefore it is the value where the point of bending moment is 0, so that value is known as point of contraflexure. But how to draw the bending moment diagram? For the UDL we have to join it by a parabolic curve, and for the point load we have to join it by a straight line. So it is already discussed in the previous video lectures also, therefore I have not explained the bending moment diagram. I have directly gone through the point of contraflexure. So what is point of contraflexure? It is the point where bending moment is 0. Bending moment is 0, it means that it changes from positive to negative. So at point A, that is 2.66 meter from C, we have bending moment equal to 0. So in this manner we have determined the value of bending moment and shear forces for the overhanging beam, and from all those values we have drawn the SFD and BMD for same beam. In the next lecture, we will again discuss the numerical based on overhanging beam. So we will stop here. Thank you.